Good morning, my people. Good morning. Good morning. I don't know again what's happening to this phone again. Last week, oh my people, I have to mention this. Last week I was so much frustrated with what was happening with me and Facebook. And somebody, I don't know who, a brother, a blessed brother, just literally yanked me out from Facebook and threw me onto YouTube. And oh my goodness, a lot of souls were touched. All right. Remember, my people, I am mainly focused on evangelism and calling my people to see what I see, and so we can all be on the same page following our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Okukano. All right. So whoever that brother is, you know yourself. I don't know who you are, but if you are above 21 years of age, I don't know if you're a brother or a sister, but I know that somebody who can do that swiftly has to be a brother. I'm just guessing. But whoever you are, I say thank you. And all my viewers, thank you. We can't thank you enough. If you see us running into a problem, please save us now and forever, okay? And God will continue to bless you. All right? So today we are starting again, and everybody here, invite yourself. Don't wait for my invitation. Everybody just come on and let's talk. Let's reason together. Let's remain focused in what we are pursuing, and as we do that, Chukwokike Abiyama will continue to bless us. All right. This morning, it's my fault though. I should not use this phone to record. But hey, things happen. But I must warn you in advance that I may or may not be getting some minor interruptions from phone call to this line, okay? All right, you know how it is here. I'm on call this weekend, so I'm hoping that everybody will remain healthy and quiet, and will need not my attention for these 30 minutes, okay? Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Good morning. It's a Saturday morning and I'm happy. Last week we were talking about Biafra being good to go, being ready to go, meaning that we have done almost all the things that we are supposed to do, and we are good to go. But this weekend also, after that huge view last week, people have so many questions. They are curious. They are asking different kinds of questions, like, are we there yet? Kind of question, and some other questions from a Nigerian perspective, from a woman's perspective. My people, these viewers are very intelligent people. So when you come here to talk, please know that there are very, very brilliant people watching and ready to guide you, okay? They are ready to guide you. I don't think that the criticism that I got last week, I think they are very good, and I always like to use it, all right? Whether it is positive or negative, I will use it. All right? I use it to my own good. So this morning, come on, my people, and see and listen to what questions I was asked during the week. Okay? Number one question. One brother called me, and sometimes there are questions that people don't like to ask as we are recording. They call me on the side. They usually call me on the side and ask me those questions, and I'm very, very happy to talk it over with them, and it makes me also to learn more. And so when I come out to share it, we'll share it purely based on our opinion or our knowledge, something we know about. Okay? So good morning, everybody. Please come on in. Come in. We need you. We need everybody. We need everybody. Biafran youths are truly, truly curious. They are asking so many questions that I alone cannot answer. So it would be nice as we stick together and do what we usually do. Okay? And remember, we love ourselves and we respect ourselves, and we're continuing that as we record every Saturday morning. Okay? All right. Oh my goodness. My men people are all the way in the back. I hope you invite yourself, my people. I hope you invite yourself, please. Please. You are all the way in the back as I'm inviting. Please invite yourself. Let me invite the ones that are fairly new on this account. All right, my old ones, invite yourself. Come on down. All right, come on in. Okay. Good morning, Wachineke. Good morning. Good morning, Mankendo. Good morning, Okoropata. Good morning, Melissa. Good morning, good morning. Good morning, everybody. So, today's topic is Biafrans are truly curious in nature. They ask a lot of questions that make sense. Even when they get an answer, they want analysis of that answer. They want to really understand it. There is no problem in that. I like that. However, I would prefer that when you ask question and get an answer, you act on it. You act, you do something with it. That would make it more lively. And as we interact here, believe it or not, a lot of us are becoming aware of a lot of things that we did not know before, or we were not very sure about. So on this Facebook, I'll try to get to YouTube, but what do I know? All right. I was saying thank you to a brother last week who, when I was having difficulty on my live recording here on YouTube, I don't know. I keep calling that person brother. I truly don't know who that person is from Niger Loop. I owe that person a full glass of wine. All right. So that's what I mean by acting. You see a sister or a brother going through something, just act and save them. Okay? It can be applicable to any situation, any situation. All right? So asking question is very good. So this week, somebody asked me what my did he say view or perception? He says, how do you perceive Aisha Buhari's behavior? So Aisha Buhari is a Nigerian, right? She's wife of the president. So Usually, I don't talk about them. I don't have anything. My interest and my focus is on my people. There are people in IPOB who deal with those issues too. I can deal with it from just a woman's perspective, but not as a politician or as an analyst. I cannot analyze. I can only talk. I can only speak from my sense, from my mind, and from my heart. But I don't really waste time in talking about Nigeria and what Nigeria is or was. I'm gone past that. But once in a while, I'll be really glad to chip in my opinion. All I have to say to you, I think that question came from a brother, Good Luck, who lives in Lagos, who still lives in Lagos contemplating when to move to Biafra. So, all I have to say is I have watched commentators, I have watched Aisha Buhari talk. What I can sense is that she's acting. She's acting on something. She's acting weird. And I'll tell you what I perceive as a woman. All right. Aisha is acting like a small girl who was just married yesterday, like a 16-year-old who is shy and scared, and at the same time, her coming out is not something that a 16-year-old can do. Coming out to talk. Who gave you mouth to talk? And when you look at her face when she's saying all those things, she's saying it as if, she's saying it with confidence, yet without confidence. So I'm just going to say to you, my brother, good luck. Whatever Aisha is doing, put it behind you. It's called distraction. Okay? It's called distraction. Her behavior is trying to take away, it's trying to get your attention. All right? In the beginning, I was thinking that, somebody is really treating her badly in her marriage and in her. But why should we be talking about the married life of a first lady? Why should we be talking about that? If she's going through something, whether she's first lady or second lady, when a woman is going through something in a husband's family, you come out and say it if you want to say it. If you don't want to say it, you deal with it. We don't have time for that. Okay? So that's all I have to say about Aisha Buhari. And you can imagine she's acting like somebody who is uncomfortable with her own husband. All right? So when people assume or imply that her husband is not present or is too ill to attend to her, they are not wrong. That's a clean observation. Okay? So please let us not worry about Aisha Buhari. And for me, as a woman, she cannot get my attention. But I answered this question to let you know that I know what Aisha is doing. She's playing game, but we've gone past that. Continue. You are doing very well in being curious, and I like that you asked me that question to answer you from a woman's perspective, okay? I am a Biafran woman. My culture and my religion is quite different from Aisha's. But a woman is a woman, okay? When a woman is not happy, you can tell. When a woman is playing games, seeking attention, you can tell. If your husband is sick, too sick to give you attention, you say it. If your husband is late, like every people with that notion says, then you say it. What is it we can do for you? All right? What is it if you consider the people your people, you should be able to tell them what is bothering you. I can't talk about your brother-in-law or nephew-in-law, Daura. I'm not there. You are not giving us a clear picture. And unfortunately, one day I saw a set of journalists or news analysts, whatever they call themselves. They asked her, you are an outspoken first lady, so can you explain to us what exactly you mean when you say the government is being hijacked, or some people are not really working according to how your husband is supposed to work? And instead of them to get that answer from Aisha, they are just there giggling like children. Are we talking about a country here, a nation here, or are we talking about backyard marriage business? Please, that's just my opinion. I don't really want to talk about that. Let's stay with us, okay? Let's stay with us. Another question, let's forget about that. Please don't let this stop you from asking more questions. I hope I have given you a little insight of my mind about what's happening with Aisha Buhari. She also may be calling for help. Okay? You know, when a woman is in an abusive situation, they're calling for help and nobody is believing them. But she has to make it explicit once and for all so that we can understand what's going on. Okay? But she's a Nigerian, she's a Muslim, she's older, she's been married for 30-something years, and I don't think that the way she's behaving is appropriate. Okay? Thank you so much. So, let's come home to Biafra. Biafra, hey. You know, somebody asked me, he said that in the second week of December, he was quoting me. He said that second week of December that I said I was going to make sure that I make a program to call our Southeast governors to ask them what they were doing. Yes, so I did say that. But truly, a few things has been holding me down in really talking about them. And one of them is that I'm a little empathetic about their situation. I put myself in their shoes. All right? And I'll explain why. I am a hardcore IPOB member. I am under oath. It would take my life to betray Biafra. That means instead of me to betray Biafra, I would die. Okay? That's me. And I'm empathetic to these Southeastern governors who may have taken similar oath in regards to one Nigeria. So they know deep down they know they are Biafrans. They know that they are not treated fairly. And that question was asking, why are they still there? They can't just, the answer is they cannot just pull out like that. They have to either complete their term with one Nigeria or resign. Resign and, you know, and renounce your oath of allegiance to one Nigeria. That's my opinion. So while we are giving them that opportunity to decide what to do, I don't want to blame them that they are not doing something. It takes time. All right? Also, they are used to the lifestyle, you know, of lack of accountability that they enjoy in Nigeria. So they are afraid or they lack confidence to come to answer to Biafra, to give accounts to Biafra, because that's what Biafra is all about. It's all about fairness, it's all about love, it's all about equity, justice for all, for everybody. Okay, so that's why I'm sorry if I didn't go to them as I wanted to, or as I said on this recording some few weeks back. Okay, so who asked me that question? Obioma. All right. Obioma lives in diaspora somewhere in Europe. All right. So that's why I didn't come. It is my act of compassion and empathy that I haven't really spoken about the Southeast governors. I do think about them. I do pray for them. I do really hope that they will come back and realize that they have a land to protect. All right? They have a land to restore. All right? If I were in their shoes, whatever little money I have now, I would just use it and struggle, because this Biafra will never come if we are not all speaking in one voice. All right? Fulani will not get Biafra for us. All right? So that's why I have not been talking about them. And because we gave them the opportunity, we have given them the gap, they are seeing events as they are unfolding. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is there. He is like our PDF, our reference book. All these things that he has been saying, as they are opening up, as they are coming through, the Southeast governors and the senators and the leaders and the traditional and the Ndibo and the Ndieze and the Nduhin and the Ama, they are seeing that everything is becoming clearer. All right? So, and last week also, I heard that Nyamodo is now kicking and carrying on something that he came out to do in the first place. That's what you came out to do in the first place. Then you got there and you got carried away with earthly things and you forgot. Now you have come back to reality. So I say, welcome, sir. Welcome, big brother. I hail you and all hail Biafra. So last week he was talking about how they are charging Igbo people taxes. They're using their machine POS to take money, and it's unfair, and it's that. Exactly what you need to do, brother. Exactly what you need to do. So keep doing that, and remember, there is our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, who is at the helm of affairs internationally. So if you bring your energy from Biafra land and he brings his energy from the diaspora, I think we should have been settled down already. All right? We should have been settled down already. And that takes me to a question that a foreigner asked me. She said, you are trying to create a nation? I said no. We already have a nation. Biafra was here, Biafra is here, and Biafra will continue to be here. All we are trying to do is restore it. So I gave this lady a breakdown, of what I know about Biafra and what exactly we are agitating for. So we are actually agitating for restoration of our nation We are not agitating to create a nation. We are agitating to restore Biafra and take charge of our own lives and our culture and the lives and the culture of our generations to come. All right? So that was from my friend. I'll just call her Evelyn for now, okay? So that was that question. Another question somebody was asking was, I said we are good to go, and this person is a Biafran, right? And he called me and he said, are we really good to go? What do you mean by that? When are we going? Are we there yet? And blah, 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 blah. So excited, all right? So he's very excited for Biafra to come. But pay attention, all right? You have to pay attention so that you understand that, it is it is very, very good to be excited, but also understand where we are going so that you don't take things concretely. All right? So when I say we are good to go, it means we are good to go. Everything that we need to do, we have done. All right? And they are saying that if you fight for independence, if you fight a war for independence and lose, after 30 years, you are automatically allowed to become independent or self-determined. All right? So it's been more than 30 years or 50 years since after the Biafran Civil War. That's number one. So we are good to go. We have not been caught with violence. We have not killed anybody. We are just saying that it is time for us to get our own Biafra. All right? So who is going to get it for us? It's us. We have to do it by ourselves. All right? We have to do it. And the way we do it is by thinking home. Think home. If you think home, there is no reason you will be caught up in any mess. All right? So another thing, it wasn't a question though. Who asked this question? Chima Nkpam. I don't remember. I just wrote it down. But he was asking me a question about what he can do to get a passport. So, and I was saying, what do you mean to get passport? And he said, there is a Biafra advertisement for Biafran passport online. I said, first, I don't see the advertisement, and a lot of things online are fake. Don't even try to give anybody your money to say you are going to get Biafran passport. That is not within I cannot speak about that. I'm not able to speak about that, but as far as I know, the Biafran money, the Biafran passport, those things, and I've never heard from Mazin and the Kano that Biafran passport is there, or that there is a Biafran currency out there. I have not heard that. If I have heard that, I would have been able to explain it to you. Okay? So, don't give anybody money, please. Okay? All right. Just It is good. I like that you called me and asked that question. Okay? But I hope that you will be online this morning on Facebook to hear what more I have to say, or to see whether other people can bring in their own ideas in response to this. And that is the joy of being on this Facebook. The joy is that a lot of things that I do not know, a lot of things that I don't have answers to, there are people here who know a lot better than myself. There are people here who I know a lot better than. So I'm not even near knowing anything. All right? But one thing is certain. I have the ability to call my New York State coordinator and ask questions. We also have our woman leader in the U.S. national. So I will not basically say things here that I'm not supposed to say. After all, everybody, there's a distinct division of labor within IPOB. There is something called control, command and control. So you cannot go above or beyond anybody or below anybody to talk about what you are not supposed to talk about. So I beg you all to understand that we have to stay content. We have to stay content. You know what I mean? That we don't need to be all over the place. Okay? We have to stay content. We have to ask questions. And as we are traveling, God will truly guide us in so many ways. Okay? All right? So, and another woman called me, and she was a little bit worried and hysterical. And what was she talking about? She's talking about their house and their property in the north and in the south, and what's going to happen should they leave and go to Biafra. I really cannot speak about other people's mindset, but my mindset is that if I have a house in the north, I won't bother about it right now. If I have a house in the middle of chaos, I would have to leave that house and run out first. The first thing in my mind will be my life first. All right? So I don't know if some of you remember when I was sharing my when I was sharing story about Ukeze Sally Okukano, and I said that she is my inspiration when she was saying that everybody should come home. You think you have no land here, you are wrong. We have enough for everybody. And she also inspired me, and I'm sharing with you too, when she said that when she asked people in the north question, she asked them, did you left from somewhere? You left from somewhere. All right? You left from somewhere, so you want to come back, you come back to the place you left. And everybody will be helping everybody out until we are all comfortable once again. We may not be fully comfortable in this generation, but it's going to end in this generation. We are all going to be stabilized as long as God in His mercy will see us through. All right? Okay. So many questions, but those are the ones that we can treat for today. All right, we treat that today, and next week we'll pick more as they come. All right. So Ben, good morning. Ude, good morning. Sophia, good morning. Good morning. Amechi, good morning. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. So this morning, people said that Biafrans are curious. Yes, they are very, very curious. Curious-minded is from their nature. All right, it's from their nature, and sometimes that is the reason that all these world leaders are jealous. All right, they are actually jealous. All right, and I also read that it was because of our brilliance and intelligence that British refused to do business with us. Instead, they did business with some people who do not believe that they should or they can ask questions. All right, so it's a good thing, but my own thing is when you ask these questions, act upon them, use them. Okay, if you ask a question and you get answer, use it and act upon it. But for some people, they ask question, you give them an answer, they do nothing. 10 days later, a week later, a year later, they're asking you the same question again. And that is because they have kept their mind inactive from that particular question or concern. All right? Okay? So, everybody, that's the much we can talk about today. And next week, Saturday, God keeping us alive, we are going to try to talk about a very sensitive issue. That sensitive issue is about hypocrisy among human, not only Biafrans, not only Nigerians, not only Americans, not only amongst human. All right. So a lot of questions. They're asking me so many questions, but I think that is a question that addresses human behavior. It's not addressing the behavior of the Biafrans or the IPOB members. No, those ones I can answer as much as I can, and if I cannot, I bring somebody who can help us to answer. All right. So God will bless us all, and let us all continue to believe in the Chukwokika Abiyama and his promises. Okay? As for all our sins, he has forgiven us, and we must try to sin no more, change our ways. And that is the way we are going to welcome Biafra and treat her when she finally arrives. Okay? All right, everybody, thank you, and God bless you. Thank you so much. Thank you, Freedom. Thank you so much. All right? Thank you. And if you have questions, please call me. Please call. And a lot of questions that I don't have answers to, the beauty is that I know that I can reach out to somebody who can analyze it for me, because me, I'm like you. I'm not that I only know one thing. One thing I know is family. I believe in one family. I believe in family love, and that even if I'm sleeping, you ask me questions about what's troubling my family, I'll give you an answer like no tomorrow. But if you ask me questions about what's happening in Buhari's family, I have no idea. I'm home now. All right? Thank you, everybody, and I truly mean it. God bless you. If any of you finds out the person who lived Thank you, everybody. Thank you so much. Thank you, Ude. Thank you so much. All right. We will continue next week Saturday. Okay, same time, and between now and Friday next week, if you have any question, call. All right. I don't get upset at all for calling. All right. Thank you all. Thank you, and bye.